afternoon. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Pramod and I shall be the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 818th meeting of Medley Toastmasters Club. One of my favorite movies, John Wick, there's a dialogue that says, rules, without them we'd be living with the animals. So I would like to remind us of 3 ground rules that we follow at every Toastmasters meeting. First of all, I request us all to kindly switch off or silence our noise-making devices to ensure a noise-free meeting. I shall give you all 10 seconds to kindly ensure this. Please give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Thank you. Secondly, as Toastmasters, we do not talk about topics such as sex, religion, or politics. Therefore, kindly refrain from discussing such topics. Thirdly, please do not cross-talk. Everyone requires a mission in life to achieve their goals. Similarly, so does our Toastmasters Club. The mission of our Toastmasters Club is to provide a positive and supportive learning experience wherein the members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Please be attentive throughout the meeting and support the speakers with your warm smiles and applause. Let's have a great meeting. Now, I have the privilege to introduce our president. She is a general physician by profession and a mother of 2 sons. She is also the very dear photographer of Medley Toastmasters Club. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Anuradha.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms of the day, Toastmaster Pramod, for setting the stage and for telling the ground rules. Good afternoon, Medley family members and my dear guests. The sound is there. I declare the meeting number 818 open. I like to recognize the dignitaries. Distinguished Toastmaster Thomas T. Abraham, past President and past PR Manager of District 82, and Distinguished Toastmaster Sundar Raman, past President. Then, on behalf of Medley Toastmaster Club, I extend my warm welcome to Toastmaster Adil, guest speaker for today's education session on table topics. He has come with butterflies to make Medley more colorful. Welcome, sir. Integrity, respect, service, and excellence are the essential core values of Toastmasters. Last 2 weeks, we have discussed about integrity and respect. Today, I want to share my views about service in Toastmasters. The purpose of service in Toastmasters is to actively involve the members to contribute the growth and development of fellow Toastmasters. Sharing knowledge and providing resources with a positive environment is an act of service. Mentoring in Toastmasters is also an act of service. Taking up roles, leadership roles in club level, area level, division level and district level is also an act of service in align with Toastmasters mission. And taking up in charge and conducting events in Toastmasters in align with Toastmasters' vision is also an act of service. So ultimately, service in Toastmasters it will help us not only to grow our leadership and communication skill, but also it will make a great impact on others. Such as I like to share my experience. I met my friend Hema. She was my close friend for more than 10 years. I met her after joining 1 year after Toastmasters. After the conversation, she asked me one word. I'm able to see lot of confidence and clarity in your voice and your speech. You are able to communicate well and you are fully energized. What is the reason? I told Toastmasters. Immediately the next week she joined us guest in our club. Next month she became member of Toastmaster Club. Now she is going to conduct the club contest this month. So that is the impact of service in Toastmasters. So friends, today to conduct the meeting, to take the meeting forward, we have Toastmaster of the Day. I like to introduce Toastmaster Kalyani, Toastmaster of the Day.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
We all know the story of the hare and the tortoise. I'll just continue with the second part, and as per the time limit, I go to the third and fourth parts. You know, in the first part, the hare won the race. It was overconfident, so it went to the tortoise and asked him again for the race. This time, the tortoise also said, okay. The race began, and the hare went fast. He knew that tortoise won't come. He was so confident, so he went to sleep. But the tortoise, who was steady, went and reached the determination. This shows the hare's overconfidence and the lack of focus caused him to lose a race, while the tortoise's determination and persistence allowed him to emerge victorious. This tells that success is not always about being the fastest or strongest, but rather about having persistence and perseverance. Now, let me come to our general Toastmasters meeting. Generally, we have 3 divisions: speeches based on their pathways and their projects. Then we have the table topic session. Then we have a evaluation. But today's highlight, we have new member induction, which will be followed by 2 beautiful speeches. And then we are going to have the TT session that will also be evaluated due to his project requirement. Then we have a education session on the table topics by a district champion. And then that is followed by evaluation, which is again followed by business session. So today it's very compact and you have variety of programs. Now with this, I will hand over this session to our VPM, who is Toastmaster Amrita, who says that regarding the theme, she says it's about consistency. Keep working on your goals, still you get success. That's what her motto is. Let me hand over the podium to Toastmaster Amrita to continue on the new member induction, as well as once it is over, she will continue her GE role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kalyani. So the first item in today's meeting is induction of new members. So we have 4 new members who are going to be inducted today. New members not only bring excitement and enthusiasm to the club, but also increase our probability of learning. As the Vice President membership, it's my privilege and pleasure to induct 4 new members today. I request the following members to come to the front as I read out their name. Toastmaster Hari Krishnan, Toastmaster Kritika Reddy, Toastmaster Senthil Kumar. And Toastmaster Raja Annamalai, who joined us on January 1st. Membership in Medley Toastmasters Club and in Toastmaster International is a privilege that carries with it many rewards. Yet it also places certain obligations upon me. We are a group of people brought together to do things we could not accomplish alone. Our collective obligation is to grow and improve ourselves and to share our knowledge and experience with fellow members in a spirit of enjoyment. We ask you, our new members, to dedicate yourselves to personal growth and help keep this Toastmasters Club strong and dynamic. New members, please listen carefully as I read out the Toastmasters member promise. In the presence of the members of Medley Toastmasters Club, I promise to attend meetings regularly and to prepare fully for each assignment, to apply myself to the program outlined in the Toastmasters manual, to participate actively in club activities, to evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner, to build open, friendly relationships with the fellow members, and to bring other new members into the club so that they can also gain the benefits of Toastmasters. Will you promise to stand by these obligations? I request all Medley members to please raise your hands. As Medley Toastmasters, we pledge to support our new members in their quest for self-development, to provide them with positive, helpful evaluations, to maintain a friendly, supportive atmosphere, and to make their Toastmasters membership a rewarding and fulfilling experience. Thank you. Congratulations on behalf of all the members and best wishes for all of you in your journey. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. From the time we start going to school till today, we are always getting evaluated. In school, we are used to a report card. In college also, and once we join the workforce, there's always the annual appraisal. Similarly, in Toastmasters meeting also, we have an appraisal, and it happens on the same day when you give your speech, on the same day when we conduct the meeting. That is the role of the general evaluator. The purpose of the general evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I take notes on everything that happens and doesn't happen. I will evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look for good examples of preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of duties. At the end of the meeting, I'll give my report. Today, in order to assist me in the general evaluation, I have two teams with me. The first team is the tag team, which contains the timer, R counter, and the grammarian. And the other team is the speech evaluator team. The speech evaluator team will be introduced later. I'll introduce the tag team now. The person who's playing the role of timer today is a relatively new member at Medley, but he's already proving to be very reliable. He's ready to take up any role and makes himself available to help out with ExCom roles. He works as a corporate sales manager at Butterfly. His belief, there is no tomorrow. I request Toastmaster Pradeep to read out the responsibilities of a timer.
Good afternoon, Toastmaster and dear guests. As a timer, I will try to give the speeches time all the speakers to give their wonderful speech, but yes, with a specific time. As a timer, I will guide them with these three colors of cards, which helps them to finish their speech. For example, this green card, which helps them to qualify the speech. Yellow card, which helps them to reach this maximum time, target time, and red card, which helps to reach the maximum time. Let's say if you are going to deliver your prepared speech, that you will have 5 to 7 minutes of time. So I will raise the green card when you reach your 5 minutes, following with the yellow card when you reach your 6 minutes, and finally I will show this red card that you have to end up with your speech. And same way for the table topic speech, if you will have a 1 to 2 minutes of time where I will show this 2 minutes, 1 minute, I will show this green card, following with that yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and finally red card at 2 minutes. Same for the evaluators also, you will have 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 2 minutes to 3 minutes of time. I will show the green card at 2 minutes, following with the yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red card at 3 minutes. I make sure that everybody will get 30 seconds of grace time when who are coming and going to give their speech. I request all the speakers, please utilize your maximum time, and all the best for you. Thank you.
Next we have the accountant. He is a new member of Medi2. He just joined last month. He is an IT professional working in a UK-based MNC bank in Chennai. By joining Medley, he aims to develop his interpersonal communication and public speaking skills. He wants to be an impactful presenter and a powerful communicator who grows personally and professionally. He is a raconteur Toastmaster Raja Annamalai. I now request him to read out the duties of an accountant.
The English writer Dorothy Dewey once said, "The real art of conversation is not only to say the right thing at the right place, but to leave unsaid the wrong thing at the tempting moment." Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and guests. I am Raja Annamalai. I am playing a role as an art counter for the day. So the purpose of the art counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or fast follower by anyone who speaks during the meeting. I will observe for overused words including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen to filler sounds including and er. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. I wish all the very best for the today's speakers. Thank you.
And finally, we have the grammarian. Originally from Kerala, he works for a global real estate asset management company in Chennai. His ultimate dream is to speak flawlessly in front of a large audience, and he hopes to achieve this through Toastmasters. Our grammarian today is Toastmaster Sajeev. I request him to come to the stage and read out the duties and responsibilities for grammarian.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Sajeev. Today I am playing the role of grammarian. As a grammarian, I will listen to the speakers carefully and list down the proper usage as well as good usage of phrases and quotes. Also, today is my responsibility to introduce the word of the day. Today's word of the day is eloquent. It's an adjective. It means speaking fluent or persuasive in speaking or writing. For example, the politician delivered an eloquent speech which brought tears to the public. Or DTM Thomas sir delivered eloquent speech on last Medley session. I request everyone to use the word of the day at least once in your speech. I will submit my report at the end of the session. Over to you.
And now hand over the meeting to the Toastmaster of the day to take the award for the speeches.
Going to the speech session. Today first speaker is an MBA student from IIT Madras. Then I asked about the theme. He says, small consistent efforts lead to great results. He's Toastmaster Ranjit. Let us welcome Toastmaster Ranjit to give the first speech. Name of Sat, Toastmaster. Before calling the speaker, I would ask the evaluator to tell about the speech purpose, Toastmaster Ranjit.
Thank you, dear Modi. My star speaker today, Toastmaster Ranjit, is going to give an eloquent speech on motivation strategy, level 1, project 2. The purpose of the speech is for the practice, applying the feedback and serve as the speech evaluator during the club meeting. All the best. Toastmaster.
a sea of darkness, deep and wide, where the galaxies like fireflies glide, billion suns and trillion more scattered across a cosmic shore. Can anyone guess what this is all about?
Stars.
It is about universe. Thank you for responding. So, have you ever looked up the night sky? It's beautiful, mind-blowing even, to think about how vast our universe is. Our Milky Way galaxy alone has billions of stars, and there are trillions of galaxies beyond it. The observable universe spans 93 billion light years, and it can be even larger than we can comprehend. But have you ever felt like a strange mix of wonder and insignificance? A feeling that our daily struggles may not be as big as they seem. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Let me take you back to my undergraduate days when I was part of Astronomy Club at College of Engineering, Hindi. We conducted workshops, collaborating with private space startups, and most importantly, we did something magical. We organized a workshop of stargazing. One night, it was a pitch dark sky in the college ground. I looked through two telescopes, one a small refractor and a giant Dobsonian reflector. What I saw was breathtaking. The craters of the moon, the swirling bands of the Jupiter, and the reddish glow of the Mars. All so far, it's so clear. And that was the moment when a thought struck me like a meteor. We humans are just a tiny grain of sand in this vast cosmic ocean. Yes, in this grand scale of universe, Earth is just a tiny speck, but a grain of sand on a vast beach. To the ant walking on it, it is an entire world. Everything we humans worry about, be deadlines, promotions, not many, seem overwhelming on Earth, but to the space on this universe, it is momentary, impermanent, and even trivial. Let's take water scarcity as an example. On Earth, we fight over water, but our scientists are just trying to find just a drop on Mars. We complain about food scarcity, availability of rare earth elements, but just a tiny asteroid, a small asteroid, contains more resources than all the mines on Earth. Ego and corruption divide us, but the universe itself is moving in harmony, guided by invisible forces like gravity, dark matter, and dark energy. Our real job as humans is to align our priorities, to use our intelligence to focus for our own progress rather than conflict, to protect our Earth rather than our prioritizing before we dream of colonizing another planets. And do what really matters is what our focus should be. Taking a lesson from stars, where they are born in clouds of dust and gas, yet they ignite and shine for billions of years. Those stars, but similarly in our life, the challenges shape us. Failure is not the end. It is just the starting point of our burning light. And of course, we must keep shining like a star. And this keeps me to a profound Japanese concept, ikigai, which means reason for being. It is said that in order to find our true purpose, we must answer 4 questions. One is, what do you love? The second one, what are you good at? The third one, what the world needs. And the fourth one, what you can be paid for. Looking at the stars, I realized my own ikigai. I love space. I'm good at learning and sharing knowledge. The world needs kindness, compassion, and perspective. And I can help others by seeing the bigger picture. In the book Sapiens, Yuval Noah Harari writes, you can never convince a monkey to give you a banana in exchange for some future imaginary reward in heaven. Yet, we humans constantly trade our joy for future worries. The universe of the cosmos simply tells us the truth. Mindfulness by living in the moment, embrace the present, and of course, don't let small worries take over the joy of the infinite universe around you. So the next time life seems overwhelming for you, step outside and look up at the stars and remember you're part of something vast, beautiful and awe-inspiring. So make your time count here. Thank you.
Our next speaker is software architect in an MNC. Before calling him, I would ask his evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Thomas sir, to explain the purpose of the project.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon. The next speaker is going to give his first speech from the level 2 of Persuasive Influence Path. It's called Identify Your Primary Leadership Style. He will use a survey in the manual to discover his own prominent styles, and he will explain how it impacts those around him and how he adjusts to the needs and the audience and the task around. It's a 5 to 7 minute speech. All the best. Over to you.
When asked about the theme, the speaker says, it doesn't matter how or when we start a journey towards our goals. All that matters is how will we finish it. Let's welcome Toastmaster Narendra, the equilibrium state. The equilibrium state, Toastmaster Narendra.
A tree that is rigid can be cut down easily, whereas a flexible tree can survive even the strongest of winds. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, I strongly believe that a leader cannot be effective by adopting one style of leadership and following it rigidly in every situation. To be a well-rounded leader, we must be flexible enough to combine multiple styles of leadership and find the right balance between them. I learned this valuable lesson from a couple of experiences in my leadership journey. Today, I would like to share these experiences with all of you. When I was doing my final year in engineering, I was appointed as the vice president of the symposium that was conducted in our college. My main responsibility was to coordinate with the organizers of the various events and ensure that the entire symposium was conducted smoothly. I firmly thought that I have to take the choices and opinions of each organizer and make decisions that would satisfy all of them. This approach proved to be catastrophic. Finding a solution that would please everyone was more difficult than finding the meaning of life. I asked the paper presentation committee to reduce the number of participants so that we can end the event on time. They refused to budge. Within 1 week, we exceeded the budget for our symposium. So I pleaded with the hospitality committee to cut down on the decorations. They simply said no. Things were beginning to spiral out of control with each new problem that sprung up. In the end, our HOD intervened and helped me resolve all these problems. We somehow managed to conduct the symposium without any major hiccups. But throughout the whole process, I felt ineffective as a leader. Was it because I was giving too much value to consensus? Was it because I was trying to be a people pleaser instead of doing the right things? A few years later, I was working as a technical lead in an emerging IT company. We had the opportunity to sign up a very high-profile Wall Street firm as our client. They promised to sign up with us if we built a trading application with some complex features in just 1 month. Me and my team were entrusted with the responsibility of working on this highly important deliverable. We had a very tight deadline, almost impossible. However, this was a great opportunity for me and my teammates to prove ourselves to the company's leadership. As the technical lead, it was my responsibility to make sure that the project was delivered on time. So I decided that I had to be more proactive and do whatever was necessary to ensure the timely delivery of this project. I micromanaged every step of the way, took decisions without consulting with my teammates, pushed them to work late hours and even during the weekends. But all of this was necessary considering the demands of the situation. So we trudged through all this hard work. Finally, after 1 month of relentless effort, we managed to deliver the product without any issues. Our prospective client was extremely pleased with the work that we did and signed up with us. Once the dust settled and things were back to normal, my manager sat down to have a discussion with me. He said, "Naren, congratulations for delivering the project on time. The hard work that you and your teammates did paid off. But I'm concerned with the way you led the team." I was surprised by his remarks. I thought I did a good job. I thought that he would appreciate me for being a strong leader in such a tough situation. Instead, he said that he was worried. He continued on. "To be a good leader, it's not enough to just get the job done. You should also focus on nurturing your teammates and helping them grow. The key thing to doing this is to listen to their inputs and ideas as well." I leave you with this. Think about what I said. After this, my manager left me to think alone. I was reflecting on what he said for a couple of days. I was asking myself, should I go back to being the people pleaser that I was during my college symposium? Or should I remain the aggressive leader that I am, taking all the decisions by myself? Should I be a democratic leader or should I be an assertive leader? In a moment of epiphany, I realized that I can combine the best of these two leaders within me. I can be a democratic leader who listens to everyone's opinions but does not feel compelled to take decisions that would satisfy all. I can be an assertive leader who has the final say on things but does it more collaboratively after listening to everyone's inputs. This is my equilibrium state as a leader. The equilibrium state that will allow me to be a democratic leader who is decisive and an assertive leader who is consensual. This understanding has helped me in becoming the best version of myself as a leader. Over to you, team.
I hope we had two eloquent speeches. Now we are moving to the education session by Toastmaster Arvind Abraham, who is a district winner in 2019 in humorous speech. Then he was a district runner in 2023 evaluation and PT session. He was an ISC podium finisher in 2020, 21, 23, 24. I really appreciate and welcome Toastmaster Arvind.
Thank you so much. Good evening all.
No.
Good evening. So good evening, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. First question. What is AI? Artificial intelligence. So what does it do?
Try to figure out patterns.
Simplify the
Try to
task.
figure out patterns, simplifying the pattern, what means simplifying the tasks, what is?
Things on its own and make decisions.
Things on its own and make decisions. So back end, what happens? I always wondered.
We give rules.
We give
Rules.
tools, right? So we ask question, we get an answer, but at the back end, AI learns from us. Is that the truth? It learns what are the pattern questions we ask, how humans behave, how do they think, all those things. Now we are thinking that AI is helping us. But after 5 years, the reality will be we helped AI in these 5 years to evolve. 30 years ago, unfortunately, my parents named me as Adil Ibrahim. The initial is AI. So whatever the session, wherever the session I go, I end up asking more questions than the participants. So today's session is going to be very simple. I have 4 questions I'm going to ask you. Because the moment when I said I'm going to Medley Toastmasters, one of my mentee asked, Bro, can I help you with the PPT? I said okay. He prepared the PPT. And he asked me in the first slide, I have to put some introduction about you. So which year did you win? I told him I did not win. I was a runner-up. And then he asked, this session is not for them. This is for you. Go and find that. Why didn't you win in that year? And come back with an answer. Now I'm going to ask 4 questions to you, and you are going to help me to find the answers. So as ma'am said, in 2023, I was a runner-up of district table topic. The worst part was after the contest, many participants who came to me and said, you lost it with this much. You were so close, but they didn't say what. So for the whole night, I was wondering what did I miss? And to make it even more worse, next day they shared me the video of my speech. So I was sitting like Neelambari in Padayappa movie, I was rewinding, where did I miss? Still I couldn't find it. But now we are going to find it. The first question I have is table topic speech is a impromptu speech or a prepared speech? Feel free to answer whatever comes to your mind. Yes, ma'am. You can sit comfortably and answer. Yeah.
You have to prepare in such a way that any impromptu speech is given, you will be able to track it.
So you have to prepare in such a way that it looks like an impromptu. Perfect. What else? Any other opinion or answers?
Club level it is impromptu.
This is the real club level will be like water. In contest it is prepared. Okay. What else?
Impromptu speech should be delivered as a prepared one.
How, ma'am?
I mean, someone should.
It is like at home we suddenly cook upma and say, I planned this yesterday itself, like that.
Delivery should be like that.
Delivery should be more confident in such a way that it looks like a prepared speech. What else?
Yeah, having a structure.
Having a structure. Okay.
On any topic.
Okay, does it fall under which category? Prepared? Prepared. Okay.
The impromptu speech, but it needs preparation.
How is it? This is what confuses me. It is impromptu, but why does it need preparation?
What he said, some structure.
To bring the structure into the speech. Okay. Any other answers? So the rest of you think that they would have.
All of them said that whatever that could be the possible thing.
So what is your possibility?
So I am saying that impromptu should be impromptu, but as you rightly said that it should be a kind of a prepared for a, probably that structure or whatever it is.
Okay.
So anything whatever which you can give it and you can able to deliver it.
Perfect. Now let's say I come here and they give me a topic called every cloud has a silver lining. How would I have prepared for this? What kind of preparation would have gone back in?
Prepare for the thematic basis. For example, if you say 10 themes, right? One can be success, failure, that can be one theme. And relationship, friendship, on the second theme. So under that you can handle 10 different topics.
Okay.
So if you prepare yourself with stories related to 10 different themes, probably you will be able to easy.
Okay, so does anyone follow this technique?
Yes,
Till
I
now?
do.
You do? Yes.
I follow because I am his mentee. He asked
Ah,
me.
okay. So you?
I am going to be with him. What I was trying to say here now that it should be that how that the word which is being given now, then we will be making it possible when you are delivering a speech.
Mm-hmm.
Say for an example today that the eloquent, which is that word which has been given today. Like that we have been bringing into our whatever that we have been taking. Something the topic what they have been giving it to make it possible that you can relate it to that what you want to deliver.
Okay.
You can have one thing so that you can bring it under what Sir said that now.
First 30-40 seconds you will like, good afternoon fellow Toastmasters, thanks to TT Master, and like that, and then sliding into the topic.
I am trying to say that this is a very general topic what you have been mentioning about.
Mm-hmm.
What said that you have something in the mind, so
Mm-hmm.
you can bring that into your whatever that which you can be able to deliver it.
Perfect. Relating the topic.
Because why I've been saying it, even for the same person can give two different topics or two different things about the same topic.
Perfect. Done.
That's why.
So what Sir said is actually true. Any table topic champions you see, they will have something called story vault. We don't prepare for a topic. As he said, we prepare for a theme. Sometimes we just prepare stories. In Pathways, everyone has enrolled into Pathways, right? If you log into your base camp, there is something called story vault or story page something. Go into that. There will be a kind of notes kind of thing where you can enter your stories and you can tag each stories to a theme. Success. The moment I hear a topic which is related to success, the proverb, any word in that proverb is success, or it directly means into success or failure, my mind will directly go to that story which I've already stored. Now the challenge is, am I going to start with that story? That is the question, because I have prepared it. So let's say for club meeting itself, I have that story vault. Every time I come, coincidentally the topic is same kind of success. Can I tell the same story again and again? So the third time, fourth time, members will anticipate, okay, this guy, yeah, that Tenamaram story only is gonna say. So how many stories or how many things that we have to prepare to build our story vault? Can anyone guess? Any random guesses like?
Maybe 20.
20? Yeah, for maybe it will be for one term, right? 6 months. Yeah, 20. What else? Any random 100? Huh? So like own stories are from external sources also. So a story vault, as ma'am said, it can be 20, it can be 100, it can be 500, but it should be your original stories. Personal stories are the best source of information, because the moment I come over here onto the stage and I start speaking about Mahatma Gandhi, at least one from the audience will know it. Especially in today's world, out of 10 speakers, TT speakers, at least 1 or 2 will refer to some videos or reels they have seen. Few speakers will assume that the reel is already viral. They'll be like, you all know that reel about this guy, like Ambani, right? So I'm talking about that. 50% of the audience wouldn't have seen that reel. The rest of the speakers will assume that the video is not viral. They'll start describing it. So there was a reel I have seen, there was a crow and there was a pot. The water was half the level. The crow brilliantly took some small stones and started putting in that pot. The water level rising. So the speaker will assume the audience mindset. So the personal stories are the best. It will be completely fresh for the audience, for the story world. And you can add some external sources or inspired stories also. But the rule is, it should be unfamiliar or what kind of say non-obvious stories. I cannot speak about Mahatma Gandhi's Dandi Yatra or common freedom fighting stories, because most of the audience will already know it. So you have to dig deeper. If you read books, you can see some new stories which it is not familiar to the external world, and you can keep it. So this is how we prepare for a TT speech, impromptu speech. Now let's say our story vault is ready. I have 20 stories which is connected to 15 themes, maximum of 15 themes: success, failure, love, inspiration, motivation, all those themes is connected. The moment I come to the stage, they give me the topic. How will I approach it? Will I directly start answering the topic? How will my mind process? This is something that always gives me chills. How a TT speaker's mind will work. Let's say, assume yourself as a speaker. When you come to the stage, how your mind will work? Most of the time it will be blank. If it works, how it will work?
Whether to talk for or against the topic.
If the topic is like debatable, certainly for or against. It will ask a question and then you will answer. Okay, what else?
Look for keywords.
Keywords from the topic. Perfect. What else? That's it.
Try to relate to a recent event.
Connecting with the recent happenings that is around us. Perfect.
Most of the time, the topic will be a little complex. We have to understand the crux of it. So what does it convey? So accordingly, we have to choose the...
First, understand the topic completely. So then the mind will give you some time to understand the topic. Okay.
Can we relate something which is personal story that probably we think about?
Okay. So that means will it access to your flash, like past life of yours?
Yeah.
Your mind will go take you back to the past
for,
life.
let's say for yes, my inner circle or outer circle life.
Perfect. Okay. What else? What does it do? As I said, I don't have an answer. I am here to ask questions. What does your mind do? Think.
We'll try to go through the themes. If we have the stories, to see which one to choose.
If you have story vault ready, which one to choose? The mapping will work. Perfect. What else?
Usually there's at least two things in the mind you're not able to share. You're not sure which one to choose. That happens to me.
So yeah, there are two different kind of people, right? One people completely blank. Enna pesudne theriyala. People like ma'am, you like I have two content. I don't know what to talk. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that is also a very big confusion. Sometimes we pick one, we give a speech, and then when we go back and say it's a second, we say so we'll have that thought. Perfect. What else?
You float till you get a thought. You know, somehow go around till you get a story.
Kind of you build something, frame a sentence, and slowly start until you get to that point where you're sure about what you're going to speak. Perfect. What else? That's it.
So the first 30 seconds we could fill it with statements, not stories, which means we attack it logically because our emotions are not ready yet, they are not kicking in. So we attack it with logic. Once we get to that logic, that transition is where we'll have to stay. So the transition has to be powerful from logic to emotion.
Okay.
So that the first 30 seconds when we are not, nothing is coming out, no story is coming out. We hit the audience with statements saying, for example, every cloud has a silver lining. We could talk about courage, we could talk about something so generic. They may not be into it, but the moment we transition into the story, all of these things will matter. So the first 30 seconds, we could just float as he was mentioning, using statements.
Your point is, while transitioning, we have to have a proper statement. Why am I transiting from this thought to my story?
And the story, that transition, it could be, say, imagine, or describing our state of mind in the story. So thereby, imagine you being, it's about every cloud has a silver lining. I was up at night, 12 a.m., I was working at 12 p.m., working, blah, blah, blah. I saw a silver lining. So thereby, you get into a story.
So most of the speakers who are on stage, knowingly or unknowingly, follow all these techniques. We do it subconsciously because our entire life is impromptu, right? The moment a manager asks, your spouse asks something, anything is impromptu. So subconsciously we used to do it. But to train our mind, there are certain techniques. Maybe to approach a topic, you can follow a technique called tenses: past, present, and future. If you are very conscious about which tense you're going to talk. For example, the moment I hear a topic called every cloud has a silver lining, am I going to speak about my current life or my past life, like which has happened 5 years ago, or I'm going to speak something about where I see myself in 5 years. I'm going to give some predictive answers. So if you decide that, it will be easy for you to bring in thoughts. Sometime our mind will wander around past and present. You will be confused. First you will start like recently something happened, and 2 years ago also this happened. You will wander around past and present. Audience will be confused. So you have to decide which tense you're going to talk. Few speakers brilliantly use 2 tenses or 3 tenses where they allot time. For first minute they will speak about past. This is what happened in my past. Second minute, the moment they see the green card, they will slowly shift to the present. Now I am doing this. At the end, they will ask the audience, what are you going to do? So this is how we can shift from one tense to other tenses. And there are other techniques where you can ask questions yourself, like how to do it. If a topic is again, every cloud has a silver lining. What, as sir said, I will ask myself a question, what does this topic mean to you? The answer will be there. When did you read this proverb? Again, there will be one story. Because not everything we've learned in the same day, right? Certain things, believe it or not, in the year 2019, in my club, that was 2018, that was the year I joined Toastmasters. I was so worried about these table topics, I was so nervous, and I was a part of Chennai Toastmasters Club. It is one of the club like Medley, very experienced Toastmasters were there. I contested. I was a TT contestant. When I walked into my room for my slot, I stood on the stage, they gave me this topic, every cloud has a silver lining. so confidently, because my mentor has taught me confidence to the core. So confidently, I started speaking about weather and climate in Chennai. For 30-40 seconds, they were like mesmerized. They were like, is this guy really speaking about this, or at the end he is going to give a twist? I gave them a twist by not giving any twist. Because I convinced myself that this is the title. Because I was so nervous, but I wanted to show myself as a confident speaker. So I spoke about, yes, in Chennai, sometimes we see that silver lining. I have a terrace in my house. I used to see this, that, everything. But after I sat down, the person who was sitting next to me passed the chit that, what did you speak? I was expecting, like they're like, so kind of thing came, and then I realized it is not about what comes to my mind. It's how I'm going to approach the topic. If I had spoken the same thing knowingly, I could have given a twist at the end, saying that for this topic, even I can speak like this. But I didn't know that. So when you know certain techniques, you will be very confident on stage and you will speak to the topic. And there is one more technique which most of the speakers uses. Are you relatable and understandable? Sometimes what happens is our experience comes in front. For example, let's say I have 15 years of experience in some big industry. The moment I come, the title directly relates to my industry. I'll speak about all the new technologies or some jargons. Because it is impromptu again. My mind directly gives you all the data or information that I have stored. But you have to make sure whatever you're speaking, whether it is relatable to the audience. They understand each and every word of my 2-minute speech. Understandable. As I said in the beginning, wandering around past and present or going to multiple stories, speaking about my personal story, suddenly jumping and speaking about Mahatma Gandhi and again come back, I am the one who got inspired from Mahatma Gandhi. All those things will confuse the audience. Are you going to talk or should I come and clarify what you're talking? So keep it very grounded and give some simple thoughts. This is how we have to approach. Either follow tense technique. For the beginner speakers, tense will be very easy. And for some intermediate speakers who want to do the contest, you can ask questions to yourself. How do I know about this topic? What I'm going to speak about this topic? When did I come to know about this problem? All these questions will automatically give you the answers. This is one question that I wanted to ask. And the next is, every time I contest and I don't win, audience will come and say, wow factor, Miss Archie, in the speech. What is that wow factor? Any idea?
Something unexpected.
Something unexpected or twist kind of thing? Okay, done.
Something you did differently from everybody else. It could also be picking up something from the atmosphere, which others miss. Something else.
Perfect. Something completely different from other speakers. Okay, what else?
Strong conclusion.
Strong conclusion, yeah. Whatever I spoke for 1.5 minutes, the rest 30 seconds decides how I'm going to conclude. Yes, sir.
Bulb on moment.
That bulb moment, huh?
Yeah, bulb on moment.
Bulb on moments. Yeah, correct. So suddenly I put some banger and mesmerize the audience. Yeah, what else? According to you, what is wow factor?
Ada Amala moment.
Huh?
Ada Amala moment.
This guy simplified it. Yeah, perfect. As an audience point of view, what else?
Sometimes when you feel like you have experienced the same thing that the speaker has talked about, then you feel like voting for him.
Very related, like the example he used was very connected with me. Perfect.
Milking the moment.
Sorry, sir?
Milking the moment.
Like what happens around you and bringing
On
slow.
the spot you try to leverage or
Done. Anything?
When most of the people are speaking for a topic, you unexpectedly go against a topic.
Yeah, that is one successful technique where out of 10 contestants, 1 or 2 contestants will take that U-turn. Everyone will be speaking for success. Suddenly one will say success is not about being success in life. We have to be happy. They will speak about happiness. That will give you that edge to show the difference. And I wouldn't say it's a wow factor. Sometimes when I have given an opportunity to speak on TT, I used to try this, explore this. Once in my club, they have given me a topic called success or happiness. They had a chit kind of thing. The moment you open the chit, whatever you see, you have to speak. I opened the chit, it was about success or happiness. The TT master said, pick any one. I looked at the chit for a moment. I thought to myself, okay, I have already spoken about success in my club multiple times. About failure, yes, multiple times. Now I had to choose something, as Sir said, something new or unique. I chose the word or. I started speaking about it. So the word or, how it is significant in our life. Sometimes life gives you choices, right? Whatever you do, it will give you choices. So it is up to you to decide. So the word or is very important. I spoke about it. I did not win the best PT, but still, I understood that it was a new approach. And in one of the club, it was an online meeting. It was a corporate club. I was an educational speaker. Usually clubs have that norm that they don't call educational speaker for TT speeches. Because if they mess up, again members will be like, speech kind of thing. So the TT session was happening. Suddenly the TT master called me. Adil, would you like to take a topic? I was like, okay, I can. The topic was, where do you see AI in the next 5 years? What AI is going to... I'm a completely non-tech guy. I don't even know what AI does. I know the full form, but I don't know what it does. Now my mind was, that battle was happening. If I speak really bad or if I ask for another topic, I lose my credibility. They'll be like, is this guy going to take the education session? I had to prove something. So what I did was, for the whole 2 minutes, I spoke about myself. I did this in my past, I'm currently here, I see myself in 5 years. At the last second, as ma'am said, the conclusion, I said, the only AI I know fully is Adil Ibrahim. So I see myself, because the TT Master didn't give artificial, he said only AI. So I assume that it is Adil Ibrahim. I spoke about it, even that day they did not give me this speech. So that is not the matter. So the thing is, have you ever tried to bring in this wow factor? Especially in the contest, just think about the judges. They'll be sitting there without any snacks, because after TT contest they'll give snacks. They'll have to listen to the same speech from 10 speakers. In contest, we will not give that spare time also for to say. In club meeting, the moment we see the green card, we go and sit. In contest, red card, I will not leave this place. One more thought. So imagine you are the 9th speaker, especially in this club, you have 15, 16 contestants, right? So imagine you are the 15th contestant and the judges, you are speaking the same story. Unless and until you have something unique, you may not create that impact. Even your speech could have been the best speech of the day, but still, judges are human, right? They are not AI. They have to, they need that time to sulk in the thoughts. They'll be like, okay, same. Really, I have been a judge, 10 speaker, 11 speaker, I lose that attention span. First 30-40 seconds, I try to gather all my energy to listen to the speech. So this is what happens. So especially if you are the later part of the contest, without the wow factor, it will be very difficult for you to create that magic moment. So try to, as everyone said, bring in some twist or something that is happening around you, or a creative thing or out of the box thinking. Anything that comes to your mind, you can explore it there. Don't hesitate, okay, what if I do this and don't get the best TT kind of thing. So whenever you get a chance in club, explore trying to bring in some wow factor in your TT speech. And that brings us to the next question. What is the major difference between club TT speech? In meeting we speak for TT, right? And contest TT.
There is no grace.
Sorry?
There is no grace period.
Okay, yeah. They don't give time to think. Perfect.
You're competing with better people.
Perfect. Everyone wants to win. Everyone has prepared. Everyone has the story vault. Everyone there want to bring the wow factor. So you're competing with all the better speakers. Okay.
Contest topics are generally metaphorical and little thought-provoking quotes, whereas club level, so it will be what is your favorite book? Something simple.
Club topics will be like that. Which is the movie last you've seen? You'll be like, I watched this movie. It is wonderful. But in contest, mostly it will be like proverb. Every cloud has a silver lining. Proverb kind of thing, or some positive word phrases like that. What
in
else?
fact, some of them will be very difficult to comprehend. So yes, my son got a topic, wishes were horses. So you're totally blown, right? As you don't understand the meaning of wishes were horses.
I was spoken about horses from my point, but still, yeah, most of the topics will be very difficult. I mean, at that time, imagine you are standing here. Thank you, timer. The moment the contest master tells you the topic, you have to understand the topic. This is the first time you are hearing such phrase. Now your mind has to decide which story I should map. because I did not even understand the topic. So my story vault has one or two stories which is very generic. It doesn't map to any of the theme or topic. It gives me that life jacket. What if I don't understand the topic? I'll pick that story. And my smartness or any speaker's smartness is to connect that to the topic. Even if I can say I did not understand the topic, still it is my smartness to make audience understand that why did I not understand the topic. It could have been a mic problem, or I couldn't listen, that I was distracted, anything I can say, but it is up to you to say that to the audience, convince the judges that why I did not understand. You may not win, but still you would have created that impact. Rather than telling I did not get the topic, I'm really sorry, or repeat the topic. So instead you can create an impact by bringing some unique story which is not related to any of the theme. Any other differences between the contest and club table topics? That's it? Same? Pretty?
People are more prepared with props and all for the contest.
Yes ma'am. So I have seen sir using props because for me, understanding the topic itself is a big challenge. Sir will bring props and will connect the props with the title. Yeah, people may come in with complete preparedness, props, story, everything. Yeah. What else?
Still don't win.
Still you don't win.
Not even paying.
That's common. It's okay. Still I remember the props. That is a real victory. What else?
There is obviously the pressure. Pressure of coming inside in the order. Especially, let's say, if you are 10th contestant, there are 9 people who have already gone inside. So the pressure is already built up 9 times.
Correct.
The club contest, it's not like that.
Correct. Club speeches, they don't judge us. In contest, there will be judges who will be judging. The rest of the 9 contestants is also judging. Why is this guy speaking like this? So the pressure that builds on us, that's the time our system shuts down. We have the story vault ready, we have the approach technique ready, we have all those tenses, but the moment I listen to the topic, it shuts down. So the best thing to do to avoid that moment is when you walk in from the breakout room or silence room to the contest room, keep your mind blank, complete blank. There are certain champions who strongly recommend this to keep your mind blank, especially when you're walking from the breakout room to the stage. Because if you start rehearsing or recalling all the stories in your story vault, the moment you come here, you will get confused or you will become blank anyhow. Instead, we are already prepared with the blankness. Like I'm walking just to experiment or explore something. Not to win, not to, as I said, not to create wow. Creating a wow factor is not a goal for me that day. The goal is to just experiment. Because the topic itself is an experimental one. The topic they would have took it from the chit, everything. So entire thing is new. I'm going to experiment. That's it. Some of the common mistakes we do is that we prepare for the topics. What if this topic comes? What if every cloud has a silver lining comes? I will prepare some content for that. So don't prepare for the topic. Prepare for the theme, or just prepare some stories. Bring in that stories. The reason why we say prepare a story is that sometimes your story will be very valuable story. If a question like, which was the most embarrassing moment in your life? Suddenly the speaker comes like, I got married recently. What he was about to say was, in that day, wedding day, some embarrassing moment has happened. But audience will be thinking that, oh, the marriage itself is embarrassing. They'll start laughing. It will be funny until and unless the spouse is sitting in the audience. So if you had prepared that, you know how to frame a sentence, you know how to start. Who was the worst person you have ever met in life? My Toastmaster mentor. Then you'll say, once said, there is no worst person in the world, everyone are best. So if I am prepared, I know how to start, I know how to build in the story, I know how to conclude. So to conclude the session, as ma'am said, conclusion is the most important thing. As I said, in the beginning, judges may be having that cloudy judgment or lose of attention, but the last 1 minute or 30 seconds, you should have some powerful content or summarization to your speech. I have given a wonderful story. The moment I see the red card, I'll be like, you all know how to connect. As a speaker, I have to give that impact. I have to, thank you. I have to give that call to action. So I think I've covered most of the
difference. Contest unfamiliar audience, unfamiliar place.
Unfamiliar audience,
Unfamiliar
unfamiliar
place.
place. Yeah, especially area contest, division contest, stage will be different, the acoustic will be different, everything. So you have to get used to that also. So overall, what I've seen, what I've learned from you today is that first we should be prepared for any table topics, any themes we get. We should know how to approach topic. It should not be generally like, yes, I agree with your topic, TT Master. No, I have to have that opening statement ready. I should know how to structure opening like your prepared speech. It should be opening, body of the speech, and there should be conclusion in the speech, a call to action. And bringing in the wow factor will create that magic moment in your contest. I know there shouldn't be any Q&A session, right? Because as I said, the rules are clear. I am the only one who's asked a question. With that, thank you for the opportunity. If you have any questions,
Thank you, Toastmaster Adil Ibrahim, for an eloquent educational session on table topics. With this, we are going to move into the table topic session. Before that, I would ask the table topic evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Suganti, to explain the project purpose.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kalyani. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. Toastmaster Rajashekaran is attending the active listening project. The purpose of this project is for Rajashekaran to demonstrate his ability to listen to what others say. All the best, Rajashekaran. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, DTM Suganti. Now, Toastmaster Rajashekaran is a software professional. He is going to do the TT session today. He will call all the members and the guests with these topics. Let's welcome Toastmaster Rajashekaran.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I know everybody is very eager for the session and going to grab the question by running here. So my idea to conduct a TT session today was I'm from aviation background. I just want to give some very basic information regarding aviation, and I will, with that answer, I will connect to the question, and we will just move on. So first question will be, it's for everybody, okay? So what's the difference between aircraft, airplane, aeroplane?
Any flying object can be called as aircraft.
Aircraft, super. What's the next one?
Only passenger is there.
No. Okay. So aircrafts are told. So it's about airplane and aeroplane. That's just a spelling difference between US and UK. That's the thing, and that is fixed wing aircraft. So if you talk about helicopters, that won't fit in this. So you need to call helicopter as an aircraft, or you can directly call it as a helicopter. Okay. For first session, I want to call DTM Sundaraman sir. So, do you prefer being a jack of all trades or a specialist?
Thank you, First. So once you are absent for your club meetings for 3 weeks, so it's better to sign up with the VP and take up a role. If you don't do that, then you will be the first victim to be called on the table topics, right? So thank you for giving a wonderful topic, because this was my ISC speech last year. So from childhood till my retirement, I used to contemplate whether to be a jack of all trades or take a kind of specialization. Most of the time mentors say that take 1 inch wide, miles deep, take one subject and become an expert. See Ilayaraja, see Sachin Tendulkar, what is the kind of specialization done and today where they are. I used to think about them, but I used to see the flip side of it. So what is the kind of mental pressure they would have undergone? Today they would have become celebrity, but I cannot, this is not my cup of tea. So after 2 months, I will pursue. Even when I was a child, for 3 months I will be playing kite, and after 3 months, I think most of you would be doing that. Right? So that is when I got one guru who gave me the answer. So when I was walking through this YMCA grounds, in the archery ground, the coach was saying that the very first day all the novice players were there. So don't try to shoot your arrows randomly, so even it may hit the crowd. So try to hit within that circle, right? So you have a lot of 5 concentric circles are there. Only when you hit the bullseye you get 10 points. But right now start focusing on the board, nowhere else. over a period of time, your body and mind will aim you to hit the bullseye. So that is where I got the message. So if you want to be a jack of all trades, don't do 100 things, but take 5 things of your own interest. So whatever field you are showing interest, so that you don't get stressed out, so that you don't get mental fatigue. So then over a period of time, your body and mind will guide you to the right bullseye. Over to topic master.
Thank you so much for the nice explanation and how we can be a jack of all trades. So next question is the basic parts of aircraft. So what are you seeing from aircraft when you travel or from pictures? What are the things you can see?
Wings, tires,
Cockpit.
Cockpit, yes.
seats.
From outside.
Windows.
Fuselage.
Yes.
Fuselage.
Fuselage. Yes. Right. Yes. Anything else? Very important.
Water fans, water.
Engines.
Engine, yeah.
We call engine. And somebody told tire. So we can, as a whole, we can call that as a landing gear. Very important part. And the tail section. That's empennage. So next question. So I like to call TM Jayashree for our next question. Life needs balance between work, relationship, health, hobbies, like an aircraft. Which part of life needs more attention?
Maybe 2 times.
Life needs balance, like an aircraft. So which part of life needs more attention?
What if your life is full of success with no failures? What if your day is full of lightness and no darkness? What if you wear only black and no white in any of the colors? That's how it would be if our life is filled with only work, or be it only personal life, or be it only enjoyment. We need a blend of things to shape to where we stand right now. When I was working in my very first job during 2016, it was a full-time fresher right out of the college. I used to work from 9 to 9, 12 hours. And I enjoyed it. And I got addicted to it. Just like how whenever someone does some work, people tend to give additional work to us. That's how exactly we were supposed to work in a team of 5, but luckily only 2 people worked and rest all work piled up on that specific people over there. I got engrossed in most of the work done in office that I come home at 10 p.m. and then I barely make some calls to my family who are out of the city. And over a point of time that continued, and hardly the calls vanished from days to weeks, and it happened to months. And then when I came back to home, I understood that my mother was craving for my attention for quite some time, which I couldn't give her, right? And she's lost nearly 4 kgs at that point in time within a span of 1 month. At that moment I felt like, yes, it's time for me to take a balance from what I do in terms of work, also take care of what's happening at home, which is even more important than what's at work. Now I'm able to balance both of it, though I work in Bangalore, come here in Chennai quite often. And whenever I do that, and when people say that I was able to balance it well, I see how my mom managed to do it for 20 long years when she was working. In life, we need to have a balance, be it work, be it professional life, or be it for joy.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jayashree, for how we need to make a balance between all these aspects in life. So, third question, phases of flight. Phases of flight. Yes, take off. But before that, there is something else.
Warm up the engine.
Really, it's called taxi. Taxi and take off. Now, next hearing. Cruise, yes. Next year again. Descent. Yes. Next again we are going to tax. That time we will use the and another door. Landing. Yes. So my third question for Toastmaster Jagan. So life has different phases: preparation, struggle, success, setbacks. Which phase you are in right now? Life has different phases: preparation, struggle, success, setbacks. Which phase you are in?
I live multiple lives, so I'm in all the stages right now because I have multiple goals, and thereby I'm in preparation stage for one goal, I'm in a setback for another. Whether I'm in success or not depends on how I see it, and there is one more phase that I see: utter complete failure. That's also one of, so 4 phases. I'll share with you where I am with success. Success with my married life, we are completing 1 year tomorrow, and when we got married, people said, "Oh, look, after 1 year, how you feel?" I feel very happy. I feel contented about my married life. Not just that, about how I run a household, how me and my wife run a household. So I'm pretty successful there. Not just successful by meaning I've achieved money, I've achieved whatever that we say, materials, but in terms of contentment and peace. The other day we had a guest. They said, "Oh, your house is very peaceful." I had a smile. I looked at myself in the mirror and I told, "Good job. You have established a household that somebody feels that it is peaceful. I'm successful there." There is setback. There is setback in the phase of fitness. I'm not being able to be consistent. Rajshekhar would know we are running buddies, and I'm not able to sign up to marathons as often as I would like to. Because of work commitment, because of personal life, I'm not able to spend more time on myself. That is a slight setback. I'm in preparatory phase where I write more. Nowadays, I want to get to a point where I become an author so that I read and write more. I'm always in a preparatory phase. Every skill that I learn, I'm always in a preparatory phase. Today, I'm in a preparatory phase for the contests that are coming up. And when I say utter failure, that comes to my music phase, where I'm really not practicing as much as I should. There is a piano lying up, there are 2 guitars, there's a violin lying up. I'm not preparing, I'm not touching them as much. So I am signing up for courses. Will soon push myself into the preparatory stage there.
Thank you for giving every life, every day, it can be all phases, because we are going to pursue multiple things in life. So it is good to have all phases at the same day. So this question I couldn't avoid, because what is DGCA? Actually, it's where I'm working, so I couldn't avoid this.
Director General of Civil Aviation.
Super, sir, super. So what they do?
Control.
Actually, they are a regulatory body for civil aviation, and they frame rules and give approvals for airlines and other aircraft. No, not defense. So it's only for civil aircraft. Yes. So, to Mr. Pravina. Have you ever ignored a rule and learned a tough lesson? Have you ever ignored the rule and learned a tough lesson?
Have you ever ignored a rule and learned a tough lesson? I have ignored a rule to become a tough person. Our society is totally patriarchal. So living in the Middle East for 25 long years, I led a decent life which was practically in a bubble. Everything was cool, cozy, till I came over here, and then I was put into a joint family system. So which was pretty difficult for me to take, but I tried my level best to do whatever I could. But every passing day I realized that there was a kind of guilt that was being put into me, saying that, you live 25 years outside, I think you should be doing more, you should be doing more, you should be doing more. And initially I was succumbing to it. But then after some point in time I realized I was breaking. And if there is one thing that a person really requires in life is self-respect. And being a lady, I realized If there is one person who can give self-respect to one own self, is that lady alone. Not the society, even the parents, because parents also condition you into saying, listen to what your husband is saying, listen to what your father-in-law is saying, listen to this person, listen to that person, listen to the society. And I used to think that is what is right, but till I realized I was getting a nervous breakdown. And then I decided I'm going to break all the rules. And I said, no, I need time for myself. It was a total shock to people. How can a lady say that she needs time to herself? She has to do everything for the house. She has to provide time for everybody except for her. But then when I said no and I backed off, I then realized how strong I was getting. And because I was getting strong, people around also started understanding, especially my sons, how important it is for the mother to be happy, and only then she can raise successful children and have a successful family life. Yes, I broke the rule, and here I am talking confidently because I'm a tough person. Over to you.
Thank you, Pravina, for describing when we need to break the rule, and in some cases it's a good thing also. Thank you. And our next question. So minimum qualification for a pilot to apply. So we're not
School final.
talking about
School final.
school final year. Yes.
Good eyesight.
Sir?
Eyesight.
No. Just I'm talking about education qualification. That is 10 plus 2 only. Actually, after that they are eligible and they can write a LGC exams. So next, Toastmasters Sindhu. Have you ever underestimated a challenge and learned from it? Have you ever underestimated a challenge and learned from it?
Hello all. So have I ever underestimated anything? Or maybe talking in front of you. So I just said it will be very easy, but when we are in front of everyone, I feel excited. Maybe that emotion I can say it's an emotion. Maybe not that kind of hesitation. So yeah, maybe that's the thing. It's coming to my mind right now. Thank you.
Actually, by coming here and standing here itself is a big thing, because now only you are joined. All the best. So next question is, what is black box in the aircraft? Somebody everybody watching news. No? Good, good. So is it black? Why it is called the black box?
It is black. No, it is orange in color. Orange.
It will be mostly it will be orange in color or bright colors, so that whenever it crashes, it will be easy to identify. And actually, it's a black box is it's a metaphor actually. So it's the answer of a box. They say they will get all information after it crashes. Next, Toastmasters Synthena. If you had a black box in your life, what lesson would you replay? If you have a black box in your life, what lesson would you replay?
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. So, if I want to replay some of the phases in my life, I would say I would like to play the time which I had spent with my elder son, at least, right from the birth until at least 5 years. So, during my pregnancy and after the childbirth, I didn't have any support at home. So what I did was I left my first kid to my parents, and he was completely grown up by my mother and my mother-in-law. So that bonding and the connect with my elder son, I could see that I'm still missing. So every time when I just want to correct something about my elder son, this always be my in my guilty, so that what could have been done better to correct him. So this is I always felt that this is a bad decision that I had taken in growing up my elder son. So this is one of the decisions which I had taken wrong. And if I had at least to correct something, if I have a time machine or something, I could really go back to that and I would correct this. So this is what I see that replay in my from my black box. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sindhana, for giving a very emotional speech. So next question is, what is ATC? Okay, so what it do? What they will?
It tells whether the landing and the other flight is coming out. So if the flight is going to land, it makes sure the other flight doesn't come out.
That's one of their job, and they help. They are trained to navigate on air as well as on air. Sorry, on ground and air. Sorry. So next, Toastmaster Hari Krishna. Who or what guides you in making important life decisions? Who or what guides you in making important life decisions?
Today, Toastmasters as a guest. The guiding is a very important thing when we've been checking on that. Sometimes that your mind is perplexed and thinking on that. How to go about it, whether should I take it on this route or this direction or the other direction. That we always been thinking on. So what is the guiding rule? Who can guide us on that one? And of course for that each and every body's life, and the guidance will always start from the parents, then to our teachers. The moment that whenever we've been thinking on, it requires guidance when we always been, our mind will first think on that. What is our guiding principle, or what is the guidance which has been given by our parent when we have been grown in that stage from our childhood, and like that even for after that school, then we understand that how it depends on that. Even for a school, that not that all the teachers which they can help you out and do something about it. Not all the teachers will they can come into a mind where in terms of it comes into a guidance spot. Then we can always think on that. Who can be in the situation where you will be there, and must have been there is a situation where the teachers would have been helped you on that one, and there where you can thought that for each and every guidance, each and everything issue sort out, then they will say that how they have been given us a solution part which we can able to take their guidances. And I'm sure that being an adult in today's life now, when we have a problem, so now we understand what is that the principles of what we have been learnt in our school, and what is the principles which has been given by our parents to us. That makes us to understand now to choose a right path or something like that one. In fact, nowadays the additional things what we have been saying, now the informations and books what we read, and sometimes now that latest guidance which I can say is Google, I think. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hari Krishna, for explaining how and what are the persons and as well as even Google, the element which is helping and guiding you today. So have you heard about flight level? What is flight level?
Altitude.
Yes.
Take a guidance from Google.
So usually you will hear this term while there was when the flight going to land. That time your pilot will talk for 1 minute. That time he used to say, this much height maybe we are cruising. So that time he will use this flight level. In case he is using flight FL, flight level 150. That means we are flying above 1500 kilometers, sorry, 1500 feet altitude. So our last speaker will be Toastmaster Kritika. So what's your next big goal in life? What's your next big
Hi everyone. My next big goal in my life is I have always had I have always get goals for myself every year, my personal goals, and I always had target as such in the sense that in this year I have to get married, in this year I have to have a child, in this year I have to get a promotion or something like that. So I have always had targets, and I've been always been able to achieve it somehow. So now I just thought that okay fine, at least from this year onwards, let me take it slow, since I have also become a mother of I have a toddler. And so I have thought that let me enjoy the early caregiving years. Let me enjoy being a mother to my toddler. Let me enjoy seeing the small milestones which she is able to achieve in terms of language development, in terms of walking, running, etc. So I just thought that that from this year onwards, let me take it slow. Let me enjoy life. Let me enjoy being a mother, and not just have targets in my life. So now my goal is to not have any kind of goals for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Kritika, for elaborating about her goals and how to achieve it, because year started and we have a lot of goals already spent, but keeping it or achieving it is a very big thing. But she achieved everything, so maybe we are going to come to you to get some advice regarding the same. So thank you everybody for making this session very engaging, and I have learned a lot from this session, and thanks.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shekhar. Now we are going to go to the evaluation session and handing over the podium to Toastmaster Amrita to do the evaluation part.
Really enjoyed the eloquent speeches and the table topic education session. Now we are in the evaluation session. We had 2 pathway speeches and we had 1 active listening project for the table topics. So the first speech was by Toastmaster Ranjit. His evaluator is Toastmaster Shankar. He is a data scientist and the functional head of finance in a US-based MNC. He is a master at storytelling. I still remember the speech where he talked about his train journey and he was trying to impress a girl. It was a very entertaining session. I request Toastmaster Shankar to come and provide the evaluation for Toastmaster Ranjit's speech.
Thank you, Jeet. We all witnessed Toastmaster Ranjit's elegant speech today. From that speech, I love 4 things. Number 1, so every speaker trying to connect with the people. So he in a different way. Today, Toastmaster Ranjit, by asking the question not once, twice, and thrice, he was asking the question. It is not standing there, and also he acknowledged the level of effort from the people. Kudos job, Ranjit. And next one, I was elegant when you started narrating the story about the space, galaxy, universe, star. Trust me, I was traveling with you in most of the time. Still, I'm in the space. And third, very, very important thing, which I see that most of the speakers, when come here and speak, they tend to forget their pathways. But I see that, let's say for example, the people talking about the engaging humor, they're trying to miss out the total of humor and talking about the serious story. But today you talk about the motivational story, one from the state of space, and this side you talk about the personal story and connecting. Brilliant job. I'm very confident throughout the stage. And there are few recommendations which I observed today. Probably 1, yes, your story was superb when you talk about the space and other aspect. But I would be happy more than that if you put in the PPT so that all the audience would have connected with your speech. And second, yes, in certain areas your eye contact is really good, but I see that most of the places you are straightly facing the audience, and sometimes you are seeing at the ground. And third, because space, galaxy, these are all the things which everyone wants to astonish. But I see that there are some kind of the rigid in your face. Probably you need to work out some kind of the relaxing your face. And fourth one, I saw that in the long pause, but I'm not sure whether it is the intentional as an audience. When I start seeing your speech, that is really disturbing me. And last, there are space available. Probably you could have used, for example, when you talk about this, let's say for metaphor, space, probably you could have standing here, and when you talk about the personal story, probably you could have moved it here. But all the way, that was one of the excellent speech. I was completely enjoyed. Probably this could be your second or third speech. And rest of the speech, if you could improve in some of the aspects, definitely the rest of the speech would be a rocking speech. Over to you.
Thank you. The second speech was by Toastmaster Narendra. For this speech, we have an evaluator who is a very dedicated mentor. He guides everyone and is always available to help. He takes an active interest in all the proceedings of the club. He is none other than distinguished Toastmaster Thomas.
We heard a little while ago a leadership project that was a fantastic, eloquent testimony of what Toastmaster offers in terms of improving yourself as a manager, as a leader through pathways. We often don't give enough credit for it, I'm afraid. Trying to do as best as I could to follow your example of a very clinical, kind of diagrammatic kind of a presentation, which I saw as a pattern. Let me also try. I'm going to tell you about 2 plus 2. 2 are obviously the commendations. I'm compressing many of them to get the figure of 2. You deserve more than that. And the other 2 are 2 suggestions. The 2 commendations, first one is the structure. You started with a metaphor. A metaphor is the shortest line you can draw to give some meaning. The tree and the tree, the flexi and the rigid. Then you straightway got into the old clinical, classical thing about, I'm going to tell you this, and you told me this. So it was very, very managerial, very efficient. Second is the content. The content, again clinical, you brought out 2 opposites and used them like flint to create spark. That's the best way for us children to understand, in the sense, anyone to understand. I like that, how you took it. Of course, it must have happened to you really. And secondly, these are some of the nuances of a thinking mind. You did not label and say authoritative, which meant tuck, 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 tuck. The other one, tuck, tuck, tuck. No, you told us what you went through, and very subtly, without not even forcefully, you said authoritative, you said the other one. Because it's for us intelligent guys to see that than to be told. I like that style which suits this audience. 2 thoughts. 1, you use the stage well, your body language, epiphany. I'm a little worried how many will get it. With all that, pause. When you shifted from the first story and then the second story, like in a movie showing music difference, you could have done that. Lastly, there are nuances. It's not that you did things wrong. Circumstances, team make you decide what you. That little softening of grey would have helped rather than black and white. Just that. Thank you. Sure.
And last, Toastmaster Rajashekar did his active listening project. In order to evaluate him, we have distinguished Toastmaster Suganti. She has won several awards and achievements she has to her name. Her past positions include Division Governor, District Director, and Region Advisor, to name just a few. She is currently a candidate for International Director from Region 13. Please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Suganti.
Toastmaster Rajashekar, congratulations on taking up the role of a table topics master and presenting quite an interesting array of topics. Indeed, I quite liked the creativity that you brought in, where it was not a themed table topics, but it touched upon different aspects of life, grieving in the variety. Above all, I liked the enthusiasm that you showcased to the audience, the smile, making the speakers inviting to the stage and making them feel comfortable. You were sitting here listening to the speaker. At times from there I could see you nodding your head, demonstrating that you are actively listening to the speaker on the stage. The next thing is the creativity. You had a set of questions about aviation. You helped us understand why you wanted us to know about aviation, and then some of the topics were related to that, the preceding question, and then you moved on to give the table topic. For many, at least 50% of the speeches that were presented, you had relatable responses. For all the speakers, you thanked them, and for some of them, you had related responses. Now, coming to areas of improvement, while I did commend you for the creativity, that also turned out to be a double-edged sword. In table topics, I wish, this is my suggestion, if we had done away with that aviation questions and that information, we could have had some more members of our audience participating in the table topics section. So that is something that we will have to bear in mind. It's for the audience to be participating and not for the table topics master to present their information. The second thing is the usage of mobile. Now, while you were engaged in listening to the speaker, at times I saw that you were hooked onto your mobile. Probably you were trying to read in that small font what was the upcoming trivia. So my suggestion is, for any of us who are trying to be here on the stage, maybe have a piece of paper, write down the information so that it is much easier for you to handle the transition. Then the most important thing, active listening, is you thanked the audience, but then you repeated the question as the response. That could have been awarded. Probably, if it was not the mobile, if it was not the trivia, you would have had the complete engagement into the speaker's response, and maybe you could have had something which connected you to their speech, and that could have come out as a response. So since there was a lot going on with the table topic master, I think it was a standard set of cliched scripted responses which we could have done better. But overall, thank you for the interesting set of topics and for such an inviting table topics master, making the audience feel at home on the stage. Over to the
Now we will move on to the quantitative evaluations by the timer, R-counter and grammarian. I request Toastmaster Pradeep to come and give us the timer report.
Voting links. Voting links. Voting links.
Voting links.
No, it will come later. Today, that's a change in the voting.
Good evening once again. I was very conscious about the time because I don't know whether the speaker, how they are feeling heat, but I was very heat when showing the red card, we are going 10 minutes over. So I'm happy that almost all the team are, all the members are qualified. I just want to read the names. For the prepared speech, Toastmaster Ranjit Kumar has almost 5 minutes 47 seconds. And Toastmaster Narendra has taken 6 minutes and 7 seconds. For the table topic, it is DTM Sundaraman sir have taken 1 minute 52 seconds. TM Jayashree have taken 2 minutes 13 seconds. TM Jagan has taken 2 minutes 11 seconds. TM Pravina madam has taken 2 minutes 15 seconds. TM Sindhil have taken 36 seconds. TM Sindhara has taken 1 minute 31 seconds. TM Harikrishnan has taken 2 minutes 5 seconds. And TM Kritika has taken 1 minute 31 seconds. And for the evaluators, TM Sankar sir has taken 2 minutes 14 seconds. DTM Thomas sir has taken 2 minutes 25 seconds. DTM Sugandhi have taken 3 minutes and 9 seconds. And AI guest, so we have taken 0.6 seconds. Thank you for your time.
I request Toastmaster Raja Annamalai to give this R-counter report.
Project DOMS of Toastmaster Pramod. has given a bold and confident speech, and it was very clean, we can say. There were no filler words or no crutches, nothing. So presiding officer, Toastmaster Anuradha, so used twice R. TMOD Toastmaster Kalyani used twice R and and VPM Toastmaster Amrita, it was a clean speech. Timer Toastmaster Pradeep used twice R and and okay, and myself, I have used twice R and like twice. Apologies for that. So grammarian, okay, we are going to hear, and then speaker Toastmaster Ranjit, it was a clean speech. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Narendra used to so twice, and Toastmaster Adil Abraham used 3 times R and 2 times like and 1 time yeah. Speaker 3, Toastmaster Rajshekhar used 3 times R and 3 times so. DTM Sundarraman used so 2 times, and Toastmaster Jayashree, it was she has used and you know twice, and Toastmaster Jagan, it was a clean speech. Toastmaster Pravina, so used R twice. Toastmaster Sendil used R twice. Toastmaster Sintana used R twice and so twice. Toastmaster Hari Krishna, it was a clean speech. Toastmaster Kritika used R thrice and well and so. Toastmaster Shankar used R twice. DTM Thomas used R twice. DTM Sugandhi used twice R.
I request Toastmaster Sajeev to present his grammarian report.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Today's word of the day, eloquent, was used by Toastmaster Kalyani, Toastmaster Amrita, Toastmaster Shankar, Toastmaster DTM Thomas. Congratulations. We could hear few excellent usage of words. Toastmaster Kalyani used the words persistent, perseverance. Toastmaster Ranjit used the words such as mind-blogging, breathtaking, trivial, embrace the present. Toastmaster Narendra used the words catastrophic and dust settled. Educational speaker Toastmaster Adil used the words non-obvious, mesmerized. Toastmaster Shankar used the word disrupting. DTM Thomas sir used the word called epiphany. Anybody know the meaning of epiphany?
Narendra will know.
Yes, Praveen.
Sudden realization.
Yes, I googled it. It's called it's the realization. The meaning of epiphany is realization. Toastmaster Jayashree used the word engrossed. Toastmaster Jagan used the word contented. Toastmaster Pravina used the words patriarchy, right? Apologies. And succumb. Toastmaster Hari Krishna used the word perplexed. So that's the end of the report. Thank you for giving the opportunity. I encourage everybody to expand your vocabulary, which will help us to coming session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now for the general evaluators report. The meeting was started on time, and even before the meeting, all arrangements for the meeting have been happening from last Sunday itself. There were a couple of changes in the speakers because of schedules and the role players also, but it was all resolved on time, and by yesterday we had the final list of role players and speakers. The meeting started on time today. One of the things I noticed was that members have started coming a little late to the meeting after the meeting started. We've been mentioning that 2-3 meetings now. I think we should strictly adhere to the meeting starting time, and everybody arrive, role players and members should arrive well before the meeting time, at least 5 minutes before. That would be keeping up with the Medley record. So other than that, the presiding officer gave a speech about the 4 values or that she wants to imbibe using Toastmasters. That was inspiring. And then we had the prepared speakers. We had the induction ceremony. I wanted to mention that Toastmaster Aragiri has been left out of the induction ceremony. I was not sure whether he was available at that time when the induction ceremony was started. So that would be a mistake on my part. I am not sure if he was on time for the ceremony. Then we started with the theme. The theme was a very simple theme, and I wish we had some more talk about the theme little later in between the sessions. So that we could have used that topic for giving some inspirational messages to all the members. Then the prepared speeches, both speeches were excellent today. Toastmaster Ranjit carried himself very calmly, and he gave us such a nice message about perspective and priorities, and it's very much in tune for stressful lives people lead today. To look at something as something trivial and not the biggest problem that we face. Toastmaster Narendra gave a very eloquent speech about the various leadership styles. It was very clear. There was so much clarity in his speech. I appreciated that. The education session was a lot of fun. It was very engaging. You brought out all the people to answer your questions, and everybody started thinking about your questions, and they were all putting themselves in the shoes of being in the table topics contest, and what would you do, how do you react, and they were looking at least I was personally looking at my previous table topics contest experiences. So all of the tips are very, very useful, I think, and it will be very handy when we come for the contest later this month. And the table topic session was I think it was outstanding because almost all the speakers came up with some kind of personal emotional story. I don't know how it is it because of the way you chose the topics or the way you asked the questions, or I found that almost everybody related a personal story that was very close to their heart and something that made them a little emotional too. So other than that, I do not have any specific recommendations for the meeting. It was a really wonderful meeting, and I think we are very much on time for finishing the meeting. Thank you very much.
Today we have a small change in the voting. So all the voting links, all the links will be given in the meeting, in our group, like best speaker, evaluator, tag role player, and best TT. All the links will be given. So please, I'll give you 1 minute. Members and guests, please use that and vote for the best. Coming to the timer, please. No time. Please note 1 minute, because for all of them to vote. Now coming back to the theme, tortoise now challenges the hare. He takes him to the river. Now the tortoise wins the race, because you should know your strength, and then if you proceed in that, you will become winner. After a few years, the tortoise and the hare becoming friends. They both decided to have a relay race. So here, tortoise will cover the river and the hare will cover the land. So this tells us that identify your skill set required, map it, collaborate it, you will achieve success, just like our Toastmasters. I think if everyone has voted, please let me know. I'll now hand over the podium to our President, Toastmaster Anuradha.
Thank you, Team Modi. Toastmaster Kalyani. I hope all of you have voted for the best speaker, best evaluator, best table topic, and role players. Okay. So on behalf of Medley Toastmaster Club, I want to thank Toastmaster Adil for the wonderful eloquent session. I like to call distinguished Toastmaster Thomas sir and Sundaraman sir. Please join us.
Share the gift.
Give the gift.
Three of us, no?
You're giving us an opportunity, we don't get that.
Sir, please give. Thank you so much. Okay. Now it's a time for the guest feedback. I'd like to invite Toastmaster Tejasvi from Emerging Leaders Toastmaster. Please give your feedback about today's meeting.
Hi all, I'm Toastmaster Tejasvi and as she said, I'm from Emerging Leaders Toastmasters Club. I'm here today on Toastmaster Jayashree's invitation, and Medley Toastmasters Club is one of those clubs which I've always wanted to visit, but for the past 4 years I've never been here since I've joined Toastmasters. And today seeing Toastmaster Adil's educational session poster, I really wanted to attend his session as well. I really completely enjoyed today's meeting, and I look forward to more meetings with Medley Toastmasters Club.
Thank you. So now coming to the awards. Best tag role player goes to Toastmaster Sajiv. Best role player goes to Toastmaster Rajshekharan. Best table topics goes to Toastmaster Jagan. Best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Jagan's mentor, distinguished Toastmaster Thomas T. Abhinav. So both mentor and mentee are getting today. Best speaker goes to Toastmaster Narendra. With one announcement, I like to adjourn the meeting. Next week we have speakathon, so let us be prepared for that. And all of us know last week of February we have a club contest. You know, all of you are preparing. So those who didn't nominate so far, please send your nominations to our contest chair, Toastmaster Hema. With this, I like to adjourn the meeting. 818. Vice President membership, please take care of the guest and our education speaker. Others, please remain here for the business session by Toastmaster Pravda.
Thank you.